His fault.
Now, is there sound?
I don't know. We won't have anybody in yet.
Okay. Okay. Can you actually hear us now?
How are you getting that? I'm not getting that.
Getting what? Okay. We have audio.
Yay!
Hey!
Bloody Cecil. I knew it was his fault.
Damn monkeys.
Fucking
Yeah.
monkeys.
Okay.
Okay, you better reintroduce everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
One more time.
One more time with feeling.
Today, the lovely Jonna is gracing us with her visible presence for once.
Mhm.
And we're also joined by equally lovely Peter Grant off screen.
Yeah. Because I'm too lovely to show.
Okay. I don't know about y'all, but this morning when I got up, I had to put on a sweater and a jacket, and now I'm too damn hot. So if you want to keep the air conditioning going, donate here.
It just, what the? So it was 40 degrees, windy, icy cold. And then it was 77. You know, Saturday was 40. Yesterday was 77. Today is heading for like what?
84.
84. What the hell? So
Also, if you like coffee, order from these guys. Tell them you heard about it here. Maybe they'll send us more good coffee. And as usual, Facebook still blows goats.
yes, it does. Absolutely.
Okay. I'm guessing everybody showed up.
Yeah, we're about 10 short, but they're getting there. So I just reposted. So
Okay.
yeah.
It's better with sound.
I don't know. We could do like squirrel interpretive dance. I mean, that could be kind of interesting.
We could do
Peter, I mean, we could like,
also, since these
right? I mean, I think we could come up with something really interesting for about an hour, you know?
keep it clean, please.
Well, but we could do like I said, interpretive dance. I have plenty of hats. You could be the spear carrier. You could hold the big axe.
The plotting makes me nervous. So we're going to move sprightly on along.
Yes.
Sprightly.
Sprightly.
Sprightly. More sprightly. So
Let's see here. Okay.
so we have Peter.
Peter's here.
And lots of people have been asking us about what Peter's been up to in terms of his writing. So, Peter, would you take a few minutes and tell us what you're working on? Because Lord knows, I know you're busy. So,
yeah. Well, to sort of cut to the chase and simplify things greatly, as I get older, the pain I experience from my injury and surgery back in 2004 gets worse. Last year was a particularly bad year, in that my pain levels increased, my condition deteriorated, call it what you like. And that completely screws with my creative writing. Because when I'm lying there or sitting there or standing there going, ow, 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 I can't get much creative stuff out of my mind that's kind of preoccupied. I am working on that. I am trying different medications. Some of them are having a good effect. Some are not. But I'm doing my best. I have at least 7 books on the go because what happens? Yeah.
Wow.
You see, what happens is that my mind will take me so far down a road, and then the pain blocks me.
Right.
So then I start something completely different, and I can go down that road a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 7 books that are actually more than halfway complete.
Excellent.
Now the thing is to get them complete. The first of them, which is the 6th volume of my Maxwell saga, military sci-fi, is going to be, I hope, ready by April. Certainly by May, but I'm going to try for April.
Yay.
And that will be followed by half a dozen other books, which I've been working on for a while, and I'm getting close to finishing.
Excellent.
I apologize for the delay, but it's really not something I have got any control over.
No, you don't.
And I get my readers saying, come on, hurry up, when are you going to finish? And I just can't say by a date, this, by a date. My body won't let me. So I'm doing my best. And wave happy thoughts at me, or do a rain dance or whatever makes your day, and I'll get the darn things done sooner or later. Hopefully sooner, along with the encouragement of my friends here who are threatening pitchforks and tar and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, chronic pain is an issue. I mean, I was married to a man with chronic pain similar to Peter's for 20 years. And it's like, I was talking to Peter about this, it's like having a third person in the relationship. I mean, an angry, pissed off, screaming toddler who will not listen to reason and always wins. So, no, it's serious. I mean, that's just how it is. You just don't win. So,
well, you know the PTSD side of things with the books you've been publishing.
Yeah.
chronic pain is like that. It never
is.
leaves you. And the way I describe it, it gnaws at you like a dog gnaws on a bone, and it won't let you be.
No.
And fighting it is a major pain. And look, I'm not in the least suicidal. I happen to have religious beliefs against it and all that sort of thing. But believe me, there are times, especially in the last year, when I've sat back and thought, I really understand the people who take their own lives rather than live with the pain any longer.
Yes.
Because it is that bad.
It is.
It's something where unless you've seen it up close and personal or you've experienced it, you don't understand.
And it's capricious too. It doesn't matter what your plans are.
Yeah.
Because it just decides one day you're not doing that.
Well, yours is nerve. It's
Yes.
off
Yeah,
your
when it's
spine.
nerve pain.
It's on your spine, right?
Spine pain is
So
there's
it's spine and all the way down my left leg because that's the nerve that was damaged.
same as Tim's, same issue.
Yeah. But
And
the thing is, that's what makes my marriage with Dorothy so great, because she was the meat in a 2-car sandwich. Her right knee was shattered into over 70 pieces. They didn't even bother trying to wire it or whatever. They just put things in roughly the right place and hoped it healed.
Yeah.
And she's had other things like a chronic dislocation problem with her shoulder. That's genetic from her dad. So she has very bad pain days too. And one of the things that strengthens our relationship is we understand each other's pain.
Yep.
There's none of this nonsense about, oh, you poor thing, I sympathize. No, I really do understand.
Yeah, no, I
it.
get it. Yeah.
And that helps both of us because we can, if one of us has a bad pain day, the other can support them and vice versa. And it makes all the difference in the world to have that.
It really does. Also, having people around you go, okay, it's a bad day. You're just having a bad day today, and that's just how it is. And none of it's personal. It's just pain, and it makes people grumpy and irritable. And I know with the weather switch, my hands are killing me.
No kidding.
Arthritis is not my idea of a good time. Nowhere near as bad as anything that go with, but we're all like, it's funny when everybody comes in the shop. This is kind of hilarious. There's nobody walks in the shop into the blanket fort and says, hey, everybody walks in and goes, ugh. Which just cracks me up. And I'm like, well, and the one thing I can say is we're all above the dirt, right?
Well, of course, my Dorothy keeps on saying it's not the years, it's the mileage. And
yes, like you, Jim.
Yeah, for those of us who've been in the military and done all that kind of stuff, yeah, we built up the mileage quite hard and quite fast.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of, I really want, when we all stand up, I really wish we could get a recording of it because we can make some really cool music bits out of all the different pops and cracks and sounds we make.
Oh,
right.
The snaps, crackles, and pops are just epic.
I stood up the other day and my hip just did this epic,
pow.
And Rita, she was all the way in the back. She's like, what was that? Was that a gunshot? I'm like, no, that was just my hip. It's just it's just the way it is.
And you used to throw yourself out of perfectly good airplane.
Yeah.
That did your back too much good.
Yeah.
My back, it didn't hit me in the back, it got me in the hips.
Right.
The hips were, bloody hell, the hips.
Right.
That would have been from marching with all that weight in your pack as well.
I was cavalry. I didn't march. I had a vehicle. I was an aircraft or a vehicle. I was cavalry. I didn't walk. Are you crazy?
Meanwhile, I just have old sewing injuries. So people think that's not dangerous, but
we know you're an old so-and-so.
I'm an old so-and-so, what can I say? But if you make the mistake of going through all of your fabric and refolding all of it, and I don't buy anything in less than 5-yard increments, you can actually herniate a disc.
Yes.
Which I did.
I have discovered.
Twice,
I have discovered that once you reach a certain age,
I think we're all there.
You can damage things rolling out of bed in the morning.
Oh, tell me about it. Yes.
Yeah.
I pulled a hip flexor getting out of bed.
Bed.
I'm here to tell you, pulling a hip flexor for a temporary, non-traumatic or non-serious trauma, that is an inconvenient injury.
Right.
Yep.
I had no idea so many activities were based on your hips.
Oh, you want to have fun? Wait till you've had a bullet wound in the upper part of the cleft of the buttocks where shrapnel has gone in, and they cut you open and so on, and they stitch your backside together to heal.
Ow!
And every time you go near the bathroom, oh my life, you don't want to know about that.
Nope. So
let's just say that.
But
I'm good.
You would do anything rather than strain. I became addicted to California syrup of figs. Give me diarrhea permanently.
Right. But the best part is we're all still above the dirt, and we still have time to write our books.
I love Tom. I sneezed table and needed help to stand up.
Oh, yeah, David, talking about needles through your fingers. I actually was working on an industrial, and I sewed my finger underneath the I mean, it was like through the nail and and I was like, oh, this is entertaining. So I just took off the foot and I got my pliers, which are always within reach, and pulled the needle out of my finger because I went right through it.
Saying things like, "Oh dearie me."
Oh my! I will say the air was.
Maud half mussy.
I was right up there with Nikki with things that Nikki Kenyon with the things I was saying about that, but it was my own mistake. I did it to myself.
So now that people have jumped back in, I notice they're not hitting the like button.
Well, nobody wants to like a pain recitation.
Right. Peter is hard at work on 7 different books.
7.
Which
Yay.
we're hoping will be out this year. Maxwell 6, for those of you
Yes.
just coming in, will be up, we're hoping, in April.
April.
And the title of that one is Venom Strike.
Venom Strike.
Venom Strike.
Okay,
Yes.
that's good news.
A lot of fun with that because it's the first one I've written which starts out not from Maxwell's point of view.
Oh,
It's a private investigator on another planet who discovers all sorts of things and has to run for his life. Then
Oh, really?
Maxwell has to help him get out of that,
I like
which is
that.
kind of fun.
I like the description here.
That sounds fun.
As I hope y'all know, Postcards from Mars came out.
Yes.
Yep.
Plus, that was just like for an instigation chat. That one has like
For an
gone off the
experiment?
rails. It was totally an experiment. I mean,
For an experiment?
because I love Frederick Brown, and I'm like the person who's like read all of these old science fiction authors who are astounding. Because Frederick Brown is an exercise in how to write an extremely tight and beautiful short story. So we did this thing. 57 responses. The book just came out. We're number 3 in our category this morning. Number
Yay!
3. So share, people, share.
And one of the things about Postcards from Mars was it was 50 words and a complete story.
Complete.
The reading what people could do with 50 words.
That's
and
amazing.
we got complete stories. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, what's the nice thing about that too is so many of them were like, okay, now make it into a full short story. Or, if you didn't make it in, take it and put it on your own postcard.
No, there
With a QR code to your page, right?
There were several that
were like,
were
"Whoa."
the introduction to a hell of a novel.
Yeah. Yeah. And whole
I mean,
worlds, which is
I
what
loved
Frederick Brown would do.
I loved it, but it didn't fit the stated goal of a complete story in 50 words.
Okay, so we have a question. Tigris Prize. Is there a sequel to that one coming?
Yes.
There is a sequel
Yes.
to that one planned.
There's a sequel coming. Yay!
Is it one of the 7 that's on deck?
That is number 8. That actually has just been started, but I'm having a little bit of a problem because the Tigri runs into African gods who don't like Arab gods, and there's this little bit of
That's no lie.
yeah. And so there's this little problem of jurisdiction, shall we say?
Oh, that. I can't imagine where that'd be an issue.
My God can beat up your God. Yeah.
I've actually witnessed several of those theocratic discussions.
Yes. You and I, coming from Africa as we do, unless you've lived in Africa, you cannot understand this.
You don't understand how bad we hate monkeys, for instance.
Yes.
We just had that discussion again here at the Blanket Fort.
Truly, it's such a different world that it's absolutely mind-blowing to people who look in from outside and they say, but that's crazy, it's stupid, it can't be. But to those who live within that context, it makes perfect sense.
How else would it be?
Yeah, I have sat on the veranda or the patio, whatever you want to call it, in a thunderstorm in the northern Transvaal and listened to a physics teacher from the local high school. This is a black guy with tribal background but who did his Bachelor of Education and fairly thoroughly westernized, you would think. And he has told me with an absolutely straight face that the gods of the trees are fighting, and the god of that tree, which has just been struck by lightning, has just got zapped.
Just lost.
Yeah.
Lost
And, I mean, this is a guy
Oh.
with a degree in physics and science and all that, and you absolutely could not convince him that no, it was electricity and heat and lightning.
Well,
He just
there you
looks at
go.
looks at you pityingly and says, "But the evidence is right there in
Right in
front of
front
your eyes." Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Cedar and I have another adult coloring book coming out.
Oh, that's right.
about
Oh,
Africa.
so gang, I just posted a link to Peter's Facebook page, author page in the North Texas Troublemakers. So you can find all of his books there.
So we actually have
I'm on my blog.
And on his blog as well.
coming out, I think, in April, maybe May. I don't know. We have to ask Cedar. We have another coloring book, and there's a story in it, that's a new one, about the trial of a goat for witchcraft.
Yeah.
And Peter's over here giggling. The postscript to that was the main judge, after it was all over and done with, the main judge took my father back to the the chambers for an after drink.
March
March.
is when
Oh,
it's coming out.
the month.
So,
The month. I thought that was the order.
I know.
And I just
squirrel.
lost the glow stick.
You went
Okay.
judge after.
Judge, okay.
So,
And this man had a degree in law from Oxford University, and it was a full-on, an actual. This wasn't just a diploma mill. Oh, that was nice. Move on. He actually had, and I asked him how the hell he can convict a goat of witchcraft, and he told me two things. First thing he said was, what I was not understanding was it wasn't about the goat; it was about the people, the folks in the marketplace. And to find the goat not guilty would cause problems.
Because they were looking for the guy who was responsible.
Well, no, because they believed the people, the villagers believed that goat was guilty of witchcraft. If they had found him not guilty, it wouldn't have been believed, and things would have gotten really, really bad because the villagers would have gotten justice for that little girl one way or another. And it probably involved hanging the judge.
yeah.
Because he's obviously in league with evil if he finds the goat not guilty. This obviously guilty of witchcraft. And he said the other thing was, well, young sir, how do you know that the goat isn't guilty of witchcraft? It's like, okay. Okay.
So anyway,
Yes.
the Squeak Saga.
Yeah. The Squeak
Adult
Saga
coloring
and an extra Africa story coming out in March.
Just about every Friday from now until eternity, we have books coming out. We either have anthologies or somebody's books, and now we have to add Peter's in too.
Yeah, now Peter's up there.
So we're to the point where we may just do a monthly newsletter, which is part of the long-term plan from the Three Moms of the Apocalypse. So we're desperately trying to get all these people organized. But the point, but the
They're
good
trying
thing
to
is
organize a shit ton of cats and foxes. And it's
no,
not
but what's
working really
great is like how much creativity is going on. That's the best part.
Well, yes.
You guys are just going to town. It's wonderful, and that's really great. And we have all these little newbie authors
Yes.
who are doing things and who are finding out. Yes, they can write. It's wonderful.
In all seriousness, it's part of the little community we've built up here.
Yes.
Because we do strike sparks off each other and we
Sparks?
encourage each other.
Bonfires.
And this is why I'm so happy that
We're burning. Pillage first. Pillage first.
It started with Ian and then Rita.
Start with Rita. I was here. Rita showed up. I mean, I went to hell.
Then it was Jim Curtis and us, Dorothy and I. We arrived about within the same month or so.
Yeah.
And so for a couple of years, it was just our little group.
And then you fed me dinner.
All of a sudden, we had people starting to show up and say, "Well, I want to live here too."
Yep,
and
it's still going on.
Well, and the thing of it is I don't like cities.
Yeah.
So my little Rita came out and decided she liked it because she's a country girl at heart, and she liked it, and started naming off the reasons she liked it. We are way away from any blue. This is not a blue area of Texas. Sorry. There's decent medical. There's a military base nearby for those of us that have military benefits, and we can build a fairly good little community in a small town.
And there's homecoming parades that go right past the blanket fort, and 4th of July parades,
not just
and Christmas parades.
Christmas parades,
and it's like a parade for whatever damn reason they feel like it, and pancake breakfast outside of City Hall.
Yes, and we discovered that the reason that we liked it was pretty much universal. The whole bunch of other people decided, hey, your reasons, they make sense. And going, shit.
Yeah, well, as I said, from the original 5, it's now at least a dozen.
And more coming.
And there's more coming.
Oh, and Rita is going to be visiting us on 3 Moms of the Apocalypse, but she's really, really busy. So we will catch her as we can. So
she'll be Mama Rita.
Yeah, she'll pop in. So, and she's a dog mom. It's okay. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's just, I just appreciate the positivity. I mean, plus also, you put me anywhere and chaos ensues. So then we added Courtney, and then Cedar showed up to try to keep us all rational. And now you have a white-haired lady and a dark-haired lady and a redhead, and you're just in trouble. I mean, it's just going to happen. But on that note, three moms.
We're going to need to expand the blanket fort.
Yeah,
it's okay. I got
one thing
we
are going to have to expand is we get together every Saturday evening for supper.
Yeah,
we take it in turns to cook. Jim's about to run out of house space. We're going to have to rent another building just to have
Something, just to have
Saturday
dinner.
or rendezvous.
He's actually on his second dining room table. He
I
had
know,
the
'cause we're
original
just
dining room, and he went, all right. And he bought a
Right.
he bought a new, bigger table that almost doesn't fit in his dining room.
Right. And the chairs are too tall for all of
And he
us
now has
short
that
ladies.
and another.
so-
He sits 8 at the main table, 6 at the secondary table.
Yep.
We've already had days when we've had people sitting around the kitchen counter.
And
'cause
outside.
There's no room.
Because the outside is really
dining room.
nice on a spring day. I
Yeah.
like that a lot. It's for those of us who walk in the kitchen and go, "Oh my God, people!" and we turn around and run right back out the door. Me and Sanford, we spend a lot of time out on the porch going, too many people. So
Jim says the table fit people for 1 fucking week. Yeah, enough space for 1 goddamn week.
yeah. So anyway, but just so everybody knows, Three Moms broadcast goes live again tomorrow at Wednesday at 6. This one is pre-recorded, but you can still chat with us because we'll be on chat. Next Wednesday will be a live feed because Courtney will be back. She's off in the wilds of Blue Denver. Hopefully she won't get stuck in that snowstorm coming home. So
Yeah, I must admit the thought of this place ever even seeing a blue thing is
Nope.
kind of funny.
nope.
Well, we did have that one Antifa demonstration in Wichita Falls where
Yeah, no.
they assembled at a local park with the cops watching, just holding back. They have the right to demonstrate. Until they started stuffing cotton wicks into the necks of bottles filled with a clear liquid.
Nope.
That's when the cops said, "Okay,
We're
that's
done."
enough." And there
No.
has never been another one.
Just no.
We're done.
Not okay. And Jim, you bought chairs that are too tall for all of us women. So knock it off. We sit at the short table because I sit there and I feel like I'm at the grown-up table. My toes don't touch the ground.
I
I'm
got
just
her feet in
swinging
the
my
air.
little legs in the air.
Rita hates that.
I know.
She
We're like,
hates-
So, but that's okay.
Okay, the next dining room suite will have to have elevation
Okay.
adjustable chairs.
So yeah, no, but it's fun. So anyway, yeah, we just
Okay.
have a lot of we're just
Where-
doing
where
a lot
we-
of really cool
okay.
things.
So
So
but not
Jim,
broken.
speaking of Jim,
Speaking of Jim,
Mr. Jim, in his EARC, this came out. So
Jim wrote a short story for one of Bane's anthologies, and
Yes.
the E-Arc has just come out. And
mhm.
I would take it kindly if a whole bunch of people would buy that E-Arc so that Jim could get the recognition he fully deserves, and Bane will ask him for more stories.
Well, he's also doing it with Les Johnson from NASA. And we know some of the coolest people ever. Aren't we lucky to know these people?
Our collective pool of friends is a little eclectic.
Way too many spooks. I'll just tell
Yeah.
you that right now. Because
Eclectic.
you sit around with these guys. You sit
Yeah.
around with these guys and you go to like Fool's Con and they're all going, "You remember when we did that thing? Yeah, in that place
Yeah,
where we weren't?"
It
You
is
guys
really,
crack me up.
it is really funny when you think about the life experiences all of us have got.
Yes, and I've seen everybody in their underwear. You know, it's like
Yeah,
not a life goal.
Dorothy has complained that she's sat at the table feeling left out because she's the only one of us who's never conducted an arms deal in a souk.
Right?
And she was right. Because the three of us around that table had all done that.
Yeah, but I've sat in with
And
a
if I'm not mistaken, it was the same damn souk.
Yeah, probably.
yeah, but you guys have
And-
not experienced the adventure of an opera board and trying to get money out of them.
Oh no!
You think a souk is bad? Try an opera board.
And
So,
I still remember Ian talking about Moroccan restaurants when I mentioned one, and he said, "I've eaten
oh,
that."
it's like me and Jim.
The Roman
It's like
freeze.
Jim and I have eaten in the same restaurants in Munich and Rota, Spain. We're like, do you remember that place just by the bus stop in Munich? Yeah, it was great. So, oh my God, it's ridiculous. But no, Jim has is in a collection with some really amazing other people that are
Yes.
North Texas troublemakers adjacent. I will post that also in the link. And it's like, wow, really cool bunch.
Yes.
Really cool bunch of people. So
Oh,
One of the days we might just have to
Chicken
write
in the
our own
dirt.
anthology of No Shit There I Was.
oh
yeah,
because-
right. I mean, they really should. Oh no,
Nope.
Shh.
So-
Nope. No,
75
he
years.
said the word stop. No,
What?
I just
can't.
had-
Not till 2024.
No,
Okay.
we'll just buy Ian some more booze and then that'll be it.
Fool's Con is
I've got
coming.
a
Fool's Con is coming.
75-year limit on some stuff, guys. And,
So
and the scary thing is, several people in here going, "Oh yeah, the 75-year."
Yeah, just-
Isn't
just-
that
just
thing right? So, yeah.
change the names, the dates, and the
Fool's
places.
Con
That'll
is
take
coming.
care of it.
I will point out to you that a friend of mine sent me a link 2 days ago to Star Trek wines, which includes Klingon blood wine, which I think needs to make an appearance at
Okay.
yeah.
I'll tell you one of the funniest things. Rita is Rita. Rita started out. She's a music person. If you ask her about music,
She will
and we
sing
have an
her
odd
reply,
connection.
yes.
So through music.
I mean,
so.
if it's Mongolian throat, she will tell you who the top Mongolian throat singer in 1963 was and what song they were famous for. Anyway, she is now, but she wasn't so much into literature. So I took her to LTUE. And it's like, that's Larry. She knows he's an author, but Bridget.
Because Bridget. I mean, hello. Yeah. It's Bridget.
And, she meets these nice people, some guy named Brandon, and they have a talk. They have
He's
a talk,
tall,
and
but, I mean,
she likes him and all that.
He's pleasant enough.
One of her students was talking about Brandon Sanderson. Rita sends me a text. Hey, was that guy Brandon at LTUE? Was he Sanderson?
Was that the Sanderson guy?
Yes, baby. That was Brandon Sanderson. Oh, I like him. Yes, baby.
Mm-hmm. Right? I know, because
I took her to LTUE Liberty Con, and she's it's like a guy with a long hair, kind of psycho. I like him. You mean John?
Ringo.
Yes, John. What does he do?
Oh, have you been reading his snippets?
Oh my God.
He's putting snippets on Facebook right now, and one of them was all about costume design. And I was like, everyone's pinging me, and I'm like, I have nothing to do with that one. Nothing at all, especially not the outfit he describes. So if you haven't gone and read his snippets, go read it, but do not ping me because it's not my phone.
Yeah, the hero in a pale puce wig.
No, it's white hot pants and rhinestones and a rhinestone belt.
It fits what he's writing.
It does.
John is Ringo is coming out of his comfort zone writing this, and it's going to be a really good one.
Well, he also did a post about ways to offend everybody, which you guys have to go read. It's bogglingly good. So, but yeah, John's back.
Yeah,
he's back.
We've been missing him
for a couple of years now.
But I took this woman that was. I mean, she is friend on her Facebook feed. It's like she has people have won Emmys or whatever what's the Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
Grammys that say, "Hey Rita, honey, how you doing? Remember when we?" It's like she won a Grammy. All right, it's in the opera field, Rita's she's a star.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know a thing about literary, and I took her to Liberty Con LTUE, and she meets all these people, thinks they're great.
That's kind of what I was doing in my 20s, because I was being drug off to parties and stuff at science fiction conventions and met all kinds of people. Oh, that Larry guy, he's pretty cool. He's kind of weird, but I mean, and that was Larry Niven, but okay.
The whole thing about the things like Liberty Con and places like that, somehow they attract the people show up there who've never even thought about a con and suddenly find these are my people.
Oh yeah.
I've never forgotten Tom Kratman. Dorothy wanted to go to an English tea in the tea room, and
I wish the tea
I
room
went
was
along,
still
and she said, "Well, should we invite Tom because we just met him and so on?" Yeah, why not? And Ian came along, and Jim Curtis, and a few others. It was about a dozen of us sat down around there, and we started chatting and exchanging stories. And Tom Kratman was just sitting there, absolutely riveted, as Jim and I described chasing the same Soviet submarine back in the 80s from opposite sides of the Atlantic. You could see the realization dawn on his face. Holy shit, these guys did that.
Well, and that's another one that should be in the no shit there it was thing, right? Oh my God. Here, I'm not an editor at Raconteur Press. I'll just sit here quietly. I just instigated, didn't I? Look at him.
No.
Look at him looking at me.
No.
Look at him. Isn't he cute? Isn't he adorable?
Tom Kratman's another one that Rita. I like the old guy with the blue eyes. He's nice.
Well, he was. He was quite pleasant. He was a total gentleman.
He was a total gentleman and charming, and Rita liked him. It's like, he's a very nice old guy.
He's probably killed more people in his books than any 10 you can name.
Right? Yeah.
That works for me.
Anywho,
in other news, Hillbilly's writing group meets in Chattanooga tonight. If any of you are anywhere near Chattanooga, which I don't know if you are, but I just wanted to help.
William Joseph Roberts, Hillbilly from Three Ravens Press.
I posted it in North Texas Troublemakers. If you know anybody out in that direction, it's a really great writing group. They can help a lot of folks, so definitely go join in. They're good people. So, and he's also been doing these little Facebook lives. He just did one about how he does his mead. Yeah. So that's his Hillbilly's mead. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I vaguely remember parts of Fantasy
stuff is
because of that, but okay.
So
it's quite helpful if you have a contentious meeting. She can mediate.
Yes, mediate.
since Jim is on the chat, but can't actually reach out and grab me,
Uh-oh.
we are doing a 2-week push for J.L. Curtis, Jim
Yes,
Curtis,
we are.
old NFO,
Yes.
on his books. J.L. Curtis on Amazon.
Mhm.
Buy the e-arc and buy his books. We're going to try a push on Jim to see if we can get him. If you like, he
latest
writes
book.
Modern Cowboys versus Drug Dealers. He writes classic Old West Cowboys, and he
Mhm.
writes really good military science fiction. And he's got a short story, sort of a fantasy that I really wish he'd flesh out.
Yeah, which one is that?
That's the one with the dragon in the
Oh,
in the forge.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
really
Oh,
wish he'd flesh
yeah.
that world out.
Jim, get busy.
Mm.
Of course, I
Anyway.
shouldn't be saying that to him because of all of us.
Mm.
Jim is the most consistently professional. I mean, he's really great. Between him and Peter, they're
Yeah.
just like totally doing the work
No,
all the
no,
time.
Alma Boyd.
Alma,
Oh my
well,
God,
Alma's
Yeah,
just
she
a
puts everyone
machine.
to shame.
She's just a machine. But I have to say that he's Jim and his little Southern gentleman act is like, well, he is a Southern gentleman, but his little, I'm just narc. No, you're not. You're smart, sharp, and read people like a goddamn book.
So
And
J.L. Curtis on Amazon. He
His
writes something. He writes something you'll like. Trust me. Y'all need to go buy his book. Tell your friends about his book. Buy the book and donate to the local library.
Farm Girl, don't feel inadequate. Don't. Just stop that. Don't. Quit it.
What has she done this time?
She said we're making her feel inadequate. Just quit that. Don't compare yourself to other people. Just to yourself the previous day.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut
I'm just
because I will get in trouble.
What again?
Yes,
Right.
still. So buy
no,
Jim's stuff.
seriously.
Jim's-
Also share his links if you already have all of it, because I know a lot of us already do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
share his links. We're trying to
So-
give Jim a whole bunch of love for the next 2 weeks while he can't get a hold
Well,
of
he
us.
can't yell at us because he's clear over in the blue state of California, having a terrible time with his grandkids.
He can't grab us. So buy
Mhm.
his book, pimp his books, grab strangers in supermarket lines and tell them about his books.
Yeah,
The whole 9 yards. Okay.
because he's good people.
Speaking of Jim, last I talked to you,
Which was yesterday.
talked to him.
Yeah, you talked to him yesterday.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
He's good. His daughter's already moving around. The grandkids are driving him to distraction. The
As
dog.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you have to tell him he's trying to talk to Jim yesterday, right? And Jim's interspersed with the typical like mom comments or grandpa comments, which were adorable, which was like, "Don't sit on the dog." Basically, it's a guy don't do this stuff. Dog is not a trampoline. They said, you have to put on shoes to go out. Not carry them, put them on. Don't sit on the dog to put your shoes on. I can hear him. It's hilarious.
It's crazy to think we were all that way once.
I
and
know,
I
right?
wonder how our parents survived it.
Mine did not. So, but it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing I survived my daughter, but it was pretty funny.
And and the dog was just lying there.
Well, it's two labs. I mean, it's a
He's-
golden and a black lab, which are
Yeah.
perfect for
You
children.
got a couple of Labrador retrievers. Those, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, for kids, they don't come much better than that.
no.
No.
Golden retrievers will do as well.
Oh, they're just marvelous. Aren't they just wonderful?
Yeah.
And so,
Don't bite the cat.
Oh, speaking of cats, did
Oh.
you see that rescued cat in Turkey? I
No.
put
No.
I put the video on my blog this morning.
Bayou
fire-
Renaissance
yeah.
Man is his blog.
Yes, a firefighter rescued a cat that had been trapped under rubble for 10 days
Oh my
after
God.
the earthquake. Cat absolutely refuses to leave him alone. Sits on his shoulder, goes
Oh,
everywhere.
Oh
with him.
wow.
And it turns out the guy is not only a firefighter, he is also a very active mountain biker and is the coach of Turkey's national mountain biking team. So he's adopted the cat, which went home with him, and the cat is now the official mascot of the Turkish mountain biking team. And there are pictures of this cat surrounded by bikers. I'm loving this because getting all the attention. But the cat just will not leave her rescuer alone. Sorry,
Well,
you're
it's like,
mine now.
You're
That's it.
mine.
Yeah.
It's like you are my saving angel.
Yeah.
I will attach myself to you.
It's one of
Has
those.
invoked the ancient compact.
Yes,
Yes.
it's actually a very nice, heartwarming sort of story.
I like that.
So we've got Jim
Things.
covered. We've got Peter covered.
Mhm.
Okay, on Cedar, she's got but not broken.
Which is doing really well.
Doing really well. Could do better.
Mhm.
She's part of Postcards from Mars
Oh, she's also part of the Winnie the Pooh Kickstarter.
and the Winnie the Pooh Kickstarter.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
So-
they're doing Terror the Pooh. I just have to
Yeah.
remember.
Have you seen the Pooh horror movie that's
That-
just come out?
Right? Yeah. So they're doing
Mm.
Horror Pooh as a book. They're doing a Kickstarter, which is just, I mean, I suppose ER is going to go like, oh, well, just another day. Right. So, but there goes your brain. Where'd it go?
No, I just heard. I'm busy parsing a sentence. They did Horror Pooh as a movie.
Yes. Well, you've
That could
heard,
go so
you've
many-
heard of Pooh sticks.
It
You've heard of Punji sticks.
Yes.
There's a cross pollination here.
My squirrels went in 14 different directions with that one parse sentence.
Hey, Jen.
And there's a baboon in there somewhere.
Mm. And that baboon could die on
Jen
fire.
got to see the new addition to her family. Sees pictures of her little teeny baby. So-
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
What's this?
Oh, Jen has
My poor
got to see a
My
new
poor
addition to the
squirrels.
family. Little teenies, a little person.
How's Jen getting on? Is she had a
How you doing, Jen? I mean,
She's
she looks
on
like
here
she's
somewhere.
she just popped on, so she
yeah, Jen? You getting over the surgery well enough?
she's looking pretty good. I gotta say.
Hmm.
He'll
You
be
guys-
1 week old. So apparently, the new assistant will be 1 week old tomorrow.
Yes.
All right.
So bothers.
Said Pooh and chambered another round.
Right? No, Jen's doing really well. And really, guys, the Kickstarter was overwhelmingly wonderful.
Well done, guys.
And
well
just
done.
Everything made everything.
It was nice to
possible,
be able
so
to. It was nice to be able to contribute one of those for once instead of
Yeah.
being a
Yeah.
recipient.
That's okay.
What's this we hear about you coming down here with a bunch of lumpia to thank us? Yeah.
Apparently, they removed all the tape.
Uh,
They untaped her.
Ow. Ow. Mm.
tell me about it.
Yeah, right?
Mm.
Surgical tape. Ow.
Oh,
I've
so-
had that done to me so many
I
times.
hate that part. I mean, just
Ugh.
ooh.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's usually in a spot that's just
Yeah.
not used to tape.
It hurts less if we do this quick.
Yeah, they
Oh,
lie.
They totally lie.
It doesn't hurt less.
It's like taking out a catheter. The last time I had that done, nurse sort of bent down, looked up at me, and said, "This won't hurt."
Rip. Oh,
Yes.
so no.
I just
Oh,
my squirrels are hiding under the DJ's desk.
Like, no. No. Just not. 'Cause
Okay.
tape bad.
I'll see with Cedar, and okay, she's got the.
How do we get from cedar to catheters?
That was all on you. That's
Squirrels.
all on you.
Squirrel. We all have
Okay.
squirrels today.
Yeah,
So
That's okay.
the horror, the
Horror at Pooh Corner.
horror at Pooh
It's a
Corner.
Kickstarter. and
It's a
they're almost done.
Kickstarter, and y'all need to take a look at it.
Yeah.
Um,
Cedar, if you have a sec, would you post that on the link? Because
Yes.
Because
So and
Hands are
then
hurting
she's
today.
got the next coloring book coming out.
and then the
In
PTSD
March.
anthology,
Another one.
the one she just got done,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
but not
We
broken.
mentioned that.
but not broken.
Yeah.
And then
And then Postcards from Mars. She's
and then
the
we have
third month.
Space Cowboys coming out.
Space Cowboys. And for those of
Friday.
you who don't know, Cedar got shanghaied into being the
She-
official graphics person for Raconteur Press.
The real problem here is she stood still
Long enough for me
next
to
us,
grab her.
Right? So if you stand still next to any of us,
You get grabbed.
you get like, oh look, here's a person. So
I need a graphics expert. Hey, Cedar.
Oh,
welcome,
look,
welcome
Cedar
to
went to
Raconteur
town.
Press.
that's kind of what we do here. If you hold still too long, right? So
Grab.
snag.
So
The fun part is I'd like to know how many of our various book projects came about as a result of a kernel of an idea that was mentioned at our Saturday night Sabbath.
Oh god, so
No.
I
many.
think there's at
yeah.
least a dozen books
So
come out of
many.
that.
Easily.
oh yeah.
Easily. So yeah, it's pretty like insane.
I'm still waiting
So-
for you to start on a Western. I mean, you've had your share of time on board a Carponi.
He's doing Space Cowboys. So
Yeah,
That's close to
I'm actually
Western.
doing a story for the last Space Cowboys. So
Yep.
yeah, see there we see he's doing Western.
Yeah, maybe we need a novel. I mean,
Mhm.
your descriptions of horses that don't like you.
oh
Oh, right?
oh
Right? Exactly.
Oh.
So,
oh. Anyway, that's a lot of hip pain right there.
Yep.
horses that don't like you.
Well, it's not necessarily they're not liking. It's they've got an idea what they're going to do, and
Uh,
they outweigh me by eight times.
It's just kind of thing,
The quarter horse. I mean, I've ridden very, very little, but I know enough to know that if a quarter horse decides it's going after that cow there, it's going to
Yeah,
wriggle and twist and go
It's
after
just
it.
gonna
hang
go.
on.
And you just hold on.
You just
and
hang on.
if you aren't holding on tight enough, you're going to be sitting back there watching
Yes.
as the horse looks right at you saying, "You idiot."
what the hell are you doing over there?
Yeah.
There's actually a picture in one of our favorite restaurants, and it's a horse looking down, and the picture is from the viewpoint of on the ground looking up.
Oh
And the
yeah,
horse is just. And
completely focused.
I've seen that face. Maybe not that figure face,
Hi there.
but I've seen that view. What the hell are you doing on the ground?
What are you talking
Oh,
about? Oh man, I went to this jousting event once, which had this giant, very young, what was it, Andalusian or Percheron? It was an enormous horse.
Oh,
He was huge, and enormous guy, and he was young, and
You
they were
don't so
just.
much to describe it as honors and
He just, but he had gigantic hooves, and he was a very gentle, wonderful horse, only about 4 years old, big black thing, and
Still a kid.
He was adorable, but he was leaning over, he was looking at this little 4-year-old toddler, and they were doing the toddler thing at each other, going, "I like your nose." He's like, "I think you're cute." So, and it was great because the horse was like, "Look, somebody my age," and so then they did the whole like event with the horse, and the field really wasn't long enough for the horse to get full stride, and you could tell the horse was like, "I get to run, oh shit, I have to turn," and the rider was like, boom, gone, right? And so when they came back, I went up and talked to the guy, and I said, "So would you like," he says, "Yeah," he was like, don't worry, the horse is young and he's still learning this." And I said, "So what kind of speed does this horse have?" And he said he has fast and oh shit, and he's young and he's energetic, but my god,
Tucks your ears back and whee.
he was just having fun, and he forgot. Oh, and he was like, "I'm really sorry I dumped you." You can see it. It was like, "I'm really sorry." He did this terrible thing.
You look at those big heavy horses though,
Yeah.
and you understand why a charge of knights was so
Oh yeah.
so effective.
Oh
It
yeah.
wasn't the lances or things.
It was the
just the
horse.
sheer mass.
The sheer
Mass,
mass of the
yeah.
horses, but he was adorable.
Mass times velocity. That's a lot of mass going really quick.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the ground shaking when the 3 horses that were out there
Yeah, no
doing their
kidding.
run back and forth, and the older horses were like, "You dumped your rider, idiot." So, but no, this some friends of mine in Oregon that do a lot of the jousting events. They do SCA and they do events, Renaissance festivals and stuff. But their horses are so well cared for and so flipping huge.
Yeah.
That's
Glorious.
Apparently,
Glorious.
in the days of the Indian armies in India, they would have had war elephants, and part of the training of the elephant was not to get upset at the people on its back doing noisy things, because if it got upset, it would ride underneath or charge underneath low tree branches
Yes,
and wipe
sure.
off the howdah with all the
I'll just like
minutes.
scrape all those people
Yeah.
off my back. So
Yeah.
annoying.
So that was part of the training, was to get them not to do that, please. Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun when the circus came to town. I was a kid. My grandpa would take me to the circus, and it was always out by the mall. And it was fun. He would say, "Let's go to the fun part." And I'm like, "What's that?" Like, "Let's go watch them set up the tents." And it was fun because the elephants knew their jobs.
Mm.
They would go over there and hold the big stakes, and people would pound them in, and then they go with ace, and then we went back to watch them tear it down, and they'd all go around and they'd pull all the stakes out in the right order.
Mm.
They didn't really have somebody tell them what to do. It's
They
just
just
the
done it
elephants
enough
knew
times.
what they were supposed to do
They've just done enough times.
and just did it. And I was like, damn. But it was great to see that, and they were happy elephants doing their thing,
When John was talking about the ground shaking on the 3 horses
Yeah,
charging,
300. Whoa.
I can't imagine what the charge of the hussars at the siege of Vienna
Oh,
was.
oh my God, are those
Being a
wings and
janissary,
everything?
and watching that and feeling that coming down.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
they broke and ran. Fancy that. 15,000 Percherons coming down the mountain at a dead run, intending to putting
imagine?
a hoof in your ass.
What a
And-
buffalo herd sounded
Oh.
like from a distance,
Oh,
and the feel of that. So, just,
Okay.
Oh,
so
eat cows. And eat, squirrel.
apparently Sarah Hoyt has a fluffy yeet cow on her blog today.
Yes, she does.
I was unaware.
Did you know that they're doing at the local winery? They're doing a fluffy eat cow painting with wine night, where you can paint a fluffy eat cow.
I did not.
I mean, I didn't tell them or say anything about it, but that just sort of like randomly appeared. So if you say fluffy eat cow and near your phone, suddenly you learn all about fluffy eat cow earrings and mugs, and right?
because
Yeah.
Ian will be familiar with the young boy herdsman in African cattle. And
right.
one of the fun parts about South Africa's
right back.
internal unrest in the 80s
Mhm.
was that the terrorist side, which is now the government, used to try and send its bully boys to intimidate rural villagers into voting the way they wanted and that sort of thing. And they picked
In other words, standard African politics.
Yeah, standard African politics. And they came to this one village which was not interested, and it was on top of a hill in a fairly defensive position where it was built a century ago. And the city boys got out of their minibuses and started climbing the hill path in a little compact knot, yelling and waving sticks and saying, "We're going to get you." And the elders in the village looked down, saw them coming, and said, "Umfans, children, drive the cattle down the path." And this herd of about 50 or 60 Zulu cattle went, "Whee!" And there went the invaders.
Didn't stop.
No, didn't stop at all.
Did not stop.
And the herd boys were these 5 and 6 year old Umfans, and
Mhm.
they were riding on the cattle going, "Nee, nee, nee, nee." Everyone
Actually-
was having a wonderful time except the invaders.
Right? I actually turned a ballet corps of dancers into a cattle herd for a show once. I know,
Oh,
right? I mean,
I heard squirrels, hocus pocus.
well, it was sort of that. It was kind of hocus pocus trying to figure out how to do it, but so that was entertaining.
Yes,
So-
the fluffy yeet cows is totally the fault of the comment section here on the live stream.
Yes, it is. The stickers we have anyway. So I'm going to share one of my things because
You
you
should.
guys all write and you share books and everything is like, right? I'm a witch of sorts.
Hello.
Hi, guy. We love our mailman. Look at my perfectly matched pocket. See the pocket there? Isn't that cool?
Perfectly matched.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. Isn't that cool?
It's not my style, but it's a nice shirt.
It's
The,
a nice
the
shirt. Yeah, it's a
backstory to
commission.
this
It's a commission.
is
So-
John was asked to make this exact shirt. And
Yeah, so somebody requested, and no names because we don't want him to know he's here yet. But this person said, "I really want this shirt, but I would love it made out of this fabric." But this particular fabric is discontinued. It's an Alexander Henry print, which is, of course, fabulous because all of his fabric is amazing like this, and you can't wear it when you're talking about comets. So anyway, so the thing was, if I could find the fabric, then I can make the shirt and get the money for the shirt, right?
Right.
So I mentioned this to Rita after months of searching for any of it, and like 2 days later, she's like, "Here you go." What the? And it's washed, so you can just make the shirt. I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Oh, I just had some." I'm like, "Oh my god, woman!" So yeah, so here we are, right?
Why does her leg have bullet holes in
Because
it?
they're zombie.
They're
pinups.
zombies.
They're zombie pinups. So,
the,
yeah,
the title of the print is Beauty and Brains.
yeah, it's zombie pinups. So but he only does he does like limited runs of these fabrics, and so you have to buy them when you see it.
I dare say it makes no material difference.
No, but anyway, so yeah, it was just like
Zilfs.
so that's my little crow about I got to do something fun in between my hands trying to fall apart. So
Zombie vamps. Oh my God.
oh no, yeah, zombie vamps. Quite literally, zombie vamps. Zombie vamps.
Well,
Now
Jesse
there's
called
okay.
Zilfs.
Zilfs. Oh my god, Jesse, you're terrible.
Jesse, you need help if you do.
We all do. Every single person in this entire group needs help.
Fortunately, we have each other.
Yes, but we have each other, so
I'm
we're
not
good.
sure that makes things any better.
Right? No, not the Olsen twins. Oh, Olsen twins. What's wrong with you, Kermit? So yeah, no. So
I would point out time is growing short. Is there anything particularly important we need to mention?
let's see. We got PTSD book. Peter got to tell us about his
We
upcoming
got
books.
Peter's
7
books
of
out of
them.
the way. We got Jim's books out of the
Jim,
way.
Chet Cedar, Three Moms the Apocalypse broadcast tomorrow at 6, which is also officially a podcast. You can find it now on wherever you get podcasts. So
Well done.
yes, because we don't follow the chat in those, and so we actually don't stop in the middle of things and do incomprehensible conversations.
Yeah.
So strippers with leprosy. You're right, Richard. That's way too niche.
Which
So
one?
it's a comment.
What was it?
Yeah, strippers with leprosy.
No, they're zombies. They're zombies. Okay.
It's just zombies.
Um,
I see. There's not stripping. No.
Okay, Peter. What's Dorothy got in the hopper
Yeah.
as far as books goes?
well, she has a story out in your new anthology,
Yes, she does.
Okay.
Postcards from
She's in
Mars.
postcards.
She has 2 works in progress, one of which got almost finished and then got shoved onto the back burner because she couldn't figure out where it was going, and she got this new, rather strange inspiration for her. It involves were-leopards, police, and relationships between them, including the physical. And
I can't.
Well, that just went around the bend.
I can't
yes.
say anything. I've got anthropomorphic marine
Yeah.
bison.
But it's turning into a rather interesting one because, that is all so far out of my usual reading matter that it's like,
I don't imagine you read reverse harem books.
No.
Not your thing.
I can shoot up a reverse harem. I do that pretty well, but not. But,
Jim.
Like, Tom and Jane, which shall we bet? But she said it went police procedural on her. So
yeah, she is having fun with it, and she's writing on it, and she's enjoying it. And I really like her writing. She does,
Yeah.
she does very well.
yeah, we're in a back
love-
channel with her on Discord, and the little pieces she's posting, like Joel said, are just brilliant.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely
love
brilliant.
the fact that she actually invented a genre, tactical romance.
Yes.
That just tickles me pink.
Yes.
I
But
mean, it's
I'm enormously proud of Dot. With all that she's done in her life and all she's doing, she keeps on reinventing herself.
She
and
does, and it's
tackling
really
new
cool.
things,
This is
and
good.
Proving that we
wonderful.
all can go to new directions,
It's kind of wonderful to be married to her because you never quite know what you're going to wake up to next morning.
There's meds for that.
No, I am very happy with what she is and what she's becoming. This is all good.
No, it's really cool.
Rita is back burner her next book. She's really up to her.
She did have a short story attack her, though. She was telling me yesterday.
Oh, good.
She's got a short story sneaking up on her that
Good.
she's about halfway through.
Good.
Yeah. So
Her book's back in the top 100.
Yeah.
It's been out for I don't know how long. It's back in the top 100.
mhm.
And when are we going to get Chuck Tingle in the Raconteur Press?
No,
Oh.
no, don't need that.
Raconteur is very, very busy right
No,
now.
Raconteur is busily finding all these really great young authors
Yes, we are.
and kicking them in the butt and getting you guys moving and producing some really great stuff. And pretty soon you're gonna have enough short stories out, you guys who are writing for you, and you can just push them out of the nest into their own writing career, because they're doing great things. So
I actually had one of the residents at the Raisin Farm is putting a draft in my mailbox,
I love it.
a book draft.
I love it. Tales from the Raisin Farm for real. So,
Actually, Tales for Childhood in New York City
that's
in
wonderful.
World War II.
Oh, how cool.
So I'm either I'm gonna help her get it published, or if it fits Raconteur Press, I'll publish it for her.
Why not?
No, it's fun. It's fun watching people discover that they really can do this and they really can get published.
I love watching people squeal when they get, they got their first professional contract, or their first mention on a book cover, or
Yeah.
they've actually bought something with the royalty check. That tickles me pink.
We really need like Team Ann Moore patches or something, just because everyone's so excited. I'm Team Ann Moore.
Yes.
I
Yes.
just love that.
I'm going to find a ribbon place, and I'm going to start passing those out at conventions.
Somebody's already ahead of you.
Oh, are
We've
they?
got somebody doing that already, so you don't need to. So,
People are quick around
hey
here.
Jim, you just need to write more. So, you actually need to stop doing stupid things and messing up your back. So,
All these shorts are pushing their next Rimworld back.
well, right, because he's got some stuff due for you. So, oh darn,
Well, what Jim will have to do is write RimWorld in his shorts. Then he.
There you go.
Yeah, 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah.
there you go. Rimworld short stories. So, problem solved.
That's
I'm looking forward to his Twisted Tropes book too.
oh no.
Yeah,
kidding.
he finally got his last story for his Twisted Tropes anthology, and I'm just really looking forward to seeing how that one comes out.
I love the short story he did that started Rimworld.
Oh, yeah, right?
With the drunk engineer.
Yes.
Was fantastic. It really was. I'm so glad that he ran with it.
Well, drunk engineers are something of a cliche, but he took it in new directions.
True.
Drunk engineers overseas is pretty much what you get.
Yep, remember the famous ballad, engineers have hairy ears, etc., etc.
Well, I mean,
I will not go further with it.
if I had to be an engineer in some places and knew that the laws of physics do not care about inshallah, so it's like,
Lord have mercy.
right? It's like,
Yeah. I have actually considered a story where inshallah meets manana.
oh, that would be brilliant, Peter. You should do that. You should
Nothing would get
absolutely do that.
done.
Well,
Will the story even get done? So,
or a jinn meets an Aztec high priest or something.
oh my God.
Inshallah plus manana just doesn't know.
Mm,
No, that sounds like a recipe for complete and total disaster.
yes.
Well,
And
and
this is a problem. How?
well, every story needs a problem.
They do.
Yes.
Well, shit.
It's something they call plot.
Plots. Yeah.
And we're good at plotting around here. Oh, that's right. It has to go in the book.
Pantsing.
Yeah.
Pantsing. That's right.
The plot will show up.
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
I have to say that pretty much North Texas troublemakers are all about pantsing in a variety of different ways. And we'll just walk away from there.
all of us.
Even if they
And
don't
it's
wear
1
them.
o'clock. So,
All of us are good at pantsing in one way or another.
yes, I'm very good at pantsing. I can make them fit perfectly.
And
Or I
if-
can make them very uncomfortable if you're an asshole.
And if
So,
you can't do that, then we give you a dispensation.
dispensation. We even have somebody who can do that. So you broke it. You broke him, Peter.
Yes, my contribution to the North Texas troublemakers is puns and
Terrible,
limericks.
terrible, terrible puns.
And that's okay.
And the
Somebody
occasional limerick.
has to do the dad puns.
It's
I mean,
between
right?
him
And this is Peter's job.
David Weber. I mean, the puns are just
Yeah. But I mean, it's important. It's a job that needs to be filled, and Peter has taken it on with gusto. So
there are no words in Yiddish for the urgency implied by manana.
right.
Mm.
Okay, Joel.
Punishment. No kidding, right?
Right. Yeah.
Hey, Dave's here.
Yeah. Dave's been here for a while.
Oh,
He's
has he
just
then?
been carefully quiet.
Well, I guess that's our lot for the day.
Yeah, it's one of the things that scares the hell out of me is seeing David Weber and Speaker to Lab Animals and Peter Grant sitting in the bar.
Mm.
I just stop, about face, and walk away.
Yeah, well, actually, at the 20 Books to 50K convention in November, we had Larry Correa and his wife, David Weber and his wife, me and my wife, and about 2 other big authors and their wives, all sitting around the table discussing the life, the universe, and everything, and consuming large quantities of cake and adult beverages and things like that.
Well,
That was definitely entertaining.
there's nothing quite like sitting at a table with Spider Robinson as he reels off pun after pun after pun and then sing songs at you. Ouch. I know, right? Just,
Puns are the lowest form of humor known to man. And
or Ben Yallow. Because when Ben Yallow leads up to a pun, it may take 20 minutes, but it's a damn good one. So
the thing is, you're not certain it's a pun
you're right. It's like, is that
until the
going to-
pin comes out.
And then he just sits there with that little smile
Until
and his
the
bow tie.
pin comes out.
It's just like, seriously, Ben?
And it goes
Seriously.
ping. It's like, crap, it was a pun.
Okay. Yeah. Just, I mean, he's pretty, yeah. What can I
Okay.
say?
Let's see here. New books coming out. Peter's got his in
We've done
April.
this a couple times. So
Yes, I'm driving it home.
okay.
I
Don't
Don't
forget
forget-
the car. It's okay.
it's but not broken. Postcards from Mars, the Squeak Saga, Space Cowboys, which is this Friday,
Jim.
and most importantly, buy Jim's Ark.
Bye,
Buy a
Jim.
lot of Jim's Ark,
Mhm.
and then donate them if you have to.
Yes. And tell the Texas weather to figure it the fuck out
No
because I'm
kidding.
tired of this nonsense. My hands are killing me.
Uh,
And I need to sew. And things have to get done.
Okay, so anything else? Peter, any closing? I was
No,
about to say closing arguments. but
I'm just
that'd
going
be
to sit back here, polish my halo.
The question of where that halo is completely open.
Seek and you shall find.
I am
No,
not
honey,
sure
not gonna.
that you can scrape that much tarnish off that halo, but I'm just going to let that one lay.
Yeah, I think
Anything
that's
to add,
probably a good
Jonna?
idea. No.
No, I mean in general, not about the halo.
Nope. I'll just stop right there because I mean, no, just no.
The Ark is on Bane's website.
Yeah, we'll get a link to it and post it in the on
it's the name of a star. It's the name of a star.
Yeah,
it's
Jim,
on Bane.
Jim, what's the name of your thing? Because it's rough. We're so bad today. I have no brain. It's just
Bane's website, Bane.com.
Les Johnson.
Les Johnson. It's the name
Ross
of a star.
248. Thank you.
Ross 248.
I'm just so bad at names. It's just...
And Jim is in the Team and More. Go Team and More. And bye. Okay. To make your troubles go away, have Spurglemints every day.
Mm-hmm.
Spurglemints. I think we're done now.
Yes. Y'all be safe. Jim's not here to say it, so don't pet the sway stuff. Don't sweat the petty stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all be safe.
In that order.
Or ish.
That order-ish. Oh my goodness.